Hello everyone, welcome to AI Seeking the Truth. This is my backup channel in case something were to ever happen to my original channel. So if you're not subscribed here, I would like to invite you to subscribe just like you have my abnormal channel. I have an encounter for you guys, and here we go. During the COVID-19 pandemic, my parents decided that this would be the perfect time to get a dog. My sister and I had been begging for a real pet for years. Something more than fish or hamsters. The timing seemed right. We were all home, and we all had time to dedicate to training and bonding with the new puppy. At the time, we didn't realize how bad puppy mills were. We were inexperienced and just excited about the prospect of finally having a dog. After visiting a few places, we saw two adorable puppies. And then we found our perfect pup. He was only 7 weeks old, a tiny bundle of energy, with soft fur and bright eyes. We picked him up from Delaware and named him Neo. I remember the first time I saw him clearly. He growled at me. It was a low, uncertain growl, almost as if he was testing the waters. But it didn't matter. 16-year-old me was in love. I was sure he would grow out of my initial nervousness and become the perfect companion for me. The drive home was a mix of excitement and exhaustion. Neil was small and timid, but had a strong spirit. We took turns holding him, trying to reassure him that he was safe. Over the next couple of months, we had so much fun. Neil was playful, curious, and full of energy. We spent hours playing fetch in the backyard, going on long walks, and training him with treats. He quickly became a cherished part of our family. However, as time passed, we started to notice things that concerned us. At first, it was just the small things. He would stiffen when we touched him unexpectedly, or he would growl when he felt cornered. But then the behaviors escalated. He would snap at us as if we tried to take something away from him, and sometimes, without warning, he would lash out aggressively. We tried everything to help him. We consulted trainers, read every book on dog behavior we could find, and even worked with a behaviorist. But no matter what we did, Neo's aggression seemed unpredictable. We didn't want to give up on him, but we also had to be realistic about our safety and his quality of life. Then one day everything changed. Neo attacked my mother. It wasn't just a warning snap. He lunged at her, biting her arm and refusing to let go. My dad and I had to physically separate them. And when we did, we saw the damage he had done. My mom was bleeding in shock and clearly in pain. It was the moment we had been dreading, but had tried to avoid thinking about. That night, after many difficult conversations, and with heavy hearts, we made the painful decision to put Neo down. The next day, he was gone. I don't regret any of the 3 years we had with Neo. He taught me patience, resilience, and reality that not every story has happy endings. Some things, no matter how much you love them or what you pour into them, they can't be fixed. I will always be grateful for the time we had with him, even if it was shorter and more difficult than I ever expected. The first time I saw him was during my first Thanksgiving break home from college. We had some friends over, and I went upstairs to grab more food. As I walked through the kitchen, I caught something out of the corner of my eye. A black tail disappearing into the next room, as if a dog had just walked past me. I froze. My heart pounded as I stepped forward, peeking into the room. It was empty, but in that moment I knew Neo had come back to say hi. The next time I saw him, I was sitting on the couch watching TV, and out of the corner of my eye I saw the end of his tail swishing past my doorway. This time I got up immediately, determined to see what was there. Just as I stepped forward, the doorbell rang out of nowhere. My breath caught in my throat as I heard a faint, familiar bark, the same one Neo used to make when the doorbell rang. After that, I didn't see him for a while, but over the summer I started dog-sitting, and that's when things got even stranger. I began noticing that the other dogs I watched all seemed to avoid certain rooms in our house. At first, I thought it was just floor texture or maybe a scent they didn't like. But no matter what I did, coaxing them with treats, calling them gently, they refused to enter those specific spots. Then it hit me. Those were the exact places where Neo used to spend most of his time. I wasn't fully convinced that the dogs were sensing Neo, but I was also kind of afraid. I was boarding a dog one time, and what really scared me is the dog ran into the kitchen to eat out of Neo's bowl. Neo was very food protective. That dog started screaming and jumping and twirling and fighting. I mean, it sounded like two dogs going at it, but there was only one dog. But he was spinning, and I could see his side and the fur around his neck pulling like something was attacking him. And he was fighting and snapping back. And then he ran out my front door. I had to chase him down, and I had to stop dog sitting. I don't know what caused it, but the lady's dog that I was sitting took it to the vet, and it did have dog bite marks in it. But there was no other dog in my home. Mike, how could this have happened? That's crazy. Sounds to me like you got a demon in there that is mimicking your dog, and you need to rebuke it or get a priest and get rid of it, because if it hurt that dog physically, you're dealing with something pretty wild. Let me know what you all think, guys. This is definitely another off the rails one. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on AI Seeking the Truth.